Yeah, we're here at Matheson Park. The Waldens has agreed to let me and Zaire.
Hey.
Yes.
Ashley.
Ashley?
Yeah, her Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, cool.
Ashley.
Yes. To photograph and record them. We're all sweaty right now. It's Florida. It's super hot and the air is like 100% humidity. I don't know. At least that's what it feels like. So we're here struggling through it, but we're going to make it look good though. We're going to make it look good. So we finished the shoot. Couldn't really record much with my phone because it was really hot and we were trying to get in and out and it started to rain. So just had to move really quick and get everything out the way. But the shoot went pretty well. I actually had a story that I wanted to do for them. I planned this whole shootout where I was gonna make them play hide and go seek and it was gonna be a really cute thing. But I didn't know they were gonna bring their baby. And I also had to work alongside with a photographer, which was fine. Met a new friend. With all of that going on, I had to abandon my original idea, but I always come up with a backup plan. So I knew that if I wasn't able to do my plan A, my plan B was to pick just some key shots from the list of shots that I've already planned out, and then use that to just create like a basic generic, and by generic I simply mean like a really decent video that doesn't have the groundbreaking story that I'm looking for. We managed to get the shots, also got some of the shots that the photographer had them set up to do. So all in all, it was some really good stuff.
Several days later.
So during the shoot, Debbie and I started talking and the conversation started to turn to cell phones and using your cell phone to take professional pictures or professional-like pictures. And the thing is that that's not the first time I've ever gotten to this conversation. Like I've had this conversation before with other friends. Like I used to think that you need a professional camera in order to get really good pictures. After getting into this, I started to realize that you don't need these things, and like all over the internet you're gonna hear that, you know, it's not necessary. Just start with the camera that you have. And for all of us, and for most of us actually, that's our cell phones. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you three, well, I can't call them quick. Are they quick? Yeah, they're quick. I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips on how to take better photos with your cell phone camera. Let's talk about it. I have 3 tips for you to take better pictures on your cell phone. Why 3 tips? Well, like everything else on the internet, it's arbitrary. Why 3? Why not? Here are the 3 things in no particular order: composition, depth of field, and perspective. So, composition. It's how everything is arranged in your photos. If you have really weak composition, then you really can't tell what the subject is, or your pictures just look lame. That's pretty much it. So how you frame everything in your pictures is what constitutes your composition. So you want to make sure that your subject is pronounced. You want to make sure that everything in the environment of your picture supports that subject or doesn't take away from it. That's pretty much what you're looking for. Here are examples. Ooh, so pretty. Oh man, Michael, those compositions are so awesome. Sweet. So next one, perspective. So with perspective, it's, you don't want to take pictures head on, right? Like profile shots, portrait shots, you don't want to do that with your pictures unless you're actually trying to do that, then that's fine, I guess, your picture. With perspective, simply do this. Take the picture from an angle that you haven't done before. Try taking the picture from the ground. Try taking it from above, like stand on some stairs and take it down. Stand behind a garbage can, stand behind your mom, do something, right? Just find a different perspective and take the picture from that new perspective. Doing that adds a bit of intrigue because it's an unusual way to see that moment in time in which you're taking, hence a picture. It's just a new way, yeah. Just take it from a different perspective. Your pictures are gonna look better for it. I'm in a garage. And lastly, your composition, depth of field. Depth of field is really cool. Unfortunately, camera phones suck with it. If you have the iPhone Max or the XR or the newer iPhones that have like portrait mode and that blurry background that you see, that's depth of field, right? You want a shallow depth of field, but incorporate it on regular cell phones or even on the iPhone without portrait mode. What you're gonna have to do is kind of trick the sensors, and you can get like some hacky version of it, but it still works nonetheless. You take something and put it in front of the camera lens, and then your subject is in the middle, and then you're gonna go and make sure that the subject has stuff behind it. Make sure that they're not standing too close to anything behind them. That way there's some distance and the depth of field can be a little bit more pronounced. The more distance that they have between them and the background, the better the effect, I guess. Now, these rules are not hard and fast. You can break them. No one's gonna come after you. I'm not the picture police. That'd be funny though. Picture police, take bad pictures, and you're gonna have to get a citation. So to recap, composition. Make sure everything in your camera is framed nicely and that the subject is pronounced and that we all know what the subject is when we're looking at the pictures. Number 2, perspective. Make sure you change your perspective. Go high, go low, go around, just find a different way to view the picture. And lastly, depth of field. Add something in the foreground and in the background, and while focusing on your subject, and that way you can create this makeshift shallow depth of field. And it also adds perspective, and it also helps with the first one, which is composition, which means your subject is going to be framed pretty nice because you have the blurry front, blurry back, which means your subject is in focus, which means we're all focusing on the subject. By no means do I consider myself a professional, but these are things that I've learned along the way that helps me. And I decided to just choose these 3 elements because these are the 3 things that I look at the most often. And again, it's arbitrary. Honestly, there could have been other stuff that I could have told you. I guess those could have worked as well. Let me know if this helps. If it doesn't help, I'm sorry. But for those of you that it does help, I'm glad. Tag me in it. I would love to see your pictures, and I would love to see how these new tips helped you out. But yeah. I guess this is the part where I ask you to subscribe if you like it, but subscribe, please. I'm out here trying to do things. If anything, I kind of like it. I really do like doing this. Well, not being on camera. Being on camera sucks. I hate it. I like photography and videography. I guess it sounds cheesy and lame, but anyways.